Hello, and welcome to the third episode of the Roundtable, our parenting podcast being introduced to you by the PTO. We're so glad you're joining us. And with us, we have Osman Kasni from PTO joining us. And we have Jane Clooney, our third grade teacher. Welcome. And Dr. Haj, our health teacher here at KAS. As parents, we are raising children in the world of images, social media, advertisements, cartoons, YouTube, and even online games. Every day, our children are exposed to messages about what they should do, or what they should not do, and what is perfect. Sometimes these messages are subtle and they're too direct. Children begin to notice differences, comparing themselves with others. That is too much of a pressure for them. That's why conversations about media, literacy, body images is very important, especially parents to their children. Today, we are having a discussion to explore how parents and teachers can work together and support our children in developing a healthy self-image and becoming thoughtful and media-aware individuals.
Thank you so much, Mahnaz. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Abira Haj. I am the health teacher at the Karachi American School. Here at KAS, we take a very holistic approach when it comes to health, and we consider health and wellness as a whole subject. So apart from the physical aspects, we do have the mental and the social aspects that are being discussed with the students. And I'm really proud to be a part of this podcast today, where we talk about body image and media literacy, more importantly. It's no surprise that students today are exposed to more visual data than they ever were, compared to our times when it was, they're exposed to more images today than we ever were. So this is a time where we need to help them build confidence and be comfortable in their own skin, and most importantly, think critically about the media they consume. So let's talk about it.
So how does the media influence the way the children think about their bodies?
Oh, media influences children in a lot of ways. The problem with media nowadays is that they show a very narrow standard of beauty, and they're just very highlighted body images and body types and skin color. So the problem is children tend to take those images as what's real and what's perfect. And they might focus on themselves more than they should about their looks, and they might feel less of themselves. So it does have a good amount of influence on them. And children, especially young children, don't understand that these images are heavily edited. So we need to make them understand that what you see is not always real, and be confident about themselves, about how they look, and before they build any image of perfection in their own mind, we need to help them identify what they're watching, identify if it's real or not, and then build the image of perfection in their mind, maybe.
But what can parents do at home to build a healthy body image?
So parents can play a big role. So, for example, if they are watching something, they can talk about it. And, for example, sit with your child and talk about, what are you looking at? Do you think it's real? Do you think where it's coming from? Or if there's big kids, we can even talk about who's making profit of this. Like I'm talking about high students, then who's making profit of this, and what's their target market? So they have to think outside the box, and that gives them the tool to, assess any information that they're consuming. Apart from that, it's also important to encourage balanced activities, and not just the screen time, but maybe going outdoors, reading, family time together. These are also very important aspects that, need to be there in their lives.
Sometimes being at home is a blessing. You tend to have family time together, so he can have family activities together, maybe do baking together, or there was an app, and Jake was telling me about Just Dance. We had so much fun being on screen, yet not being on screen, and we were all dancing together and had a good time together.
Dr. Wahaj, how can schools and parents work together to help support students?
That's a very good question, because one of the things that we can do is what we are doing right now, a podcast between parents and teachers and other parents to watch. And also, being included in what students are learning is very, very important. We do that with, let's say, this podcast. We have parent workshops where we talk about whatever the students are already learning and how the parents can take it home and use those resources with their children. And lastly, they're always connected with Google Classroom, so they know what they're learning. So they have this, they can continue the conversation back at home. So this is like a triangle between the child, parents, and teachers, and that's the way to do it. You have to keep that triangle strong. And these are some of the needs that we use here at KS. Many of our children are using TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at a very young age. What do you say? How do they mind to them without us them? Their thoughts?
Maybe shift from policing to pressuring our children, or like set up types of agreements together, parental controls, and talk to their family, have open conversations with their children about what happens to them, why, when they want to use the particular app. The goal is to open the doors, not to lock ones. So,
One thing from personal experience is I have a 4 and a 6-year-old is you think that you'll use the parenting controls the apps give you, and they're not always the best. So it's just a word of caution, because we'll use YouTube Kids and stuff will get through that filter that is not appropriate for kids. Like Zach, my son, he really loves Minecraft, and they'll get these scary monster-like things that somehow get on the YouTube Kids app. So I think even with the controls, you have to be monitored. You have to be in the room with them, and at least, yes, yeah.
Or maybe we can discuss a few things that they're interested in, and we take interest with them, and we know exactly what they are watching or so. And if we feel they are not so appropriate, we can police point them out compared to any very polite manner, rather than just telling them to check it down or close it right here. So what I try to do later on, not with my older ones, but with my younger one, and I think that would work really a lot, because then they started discussing their favorite program or cartoon with me. After talked about it, is this a part of so such a nice TV show to watch or something some useful to get, and she started it. We had a conversation, and I think it built the confidence that we can be talking about these programs together. Otherwise, they think it's only for them. Yeah, and no need to discuss it with the parents. So it's a great way to communicate with them, talk and family time together. And I wanted to add about this research that happened in the American Association of Pediatrics, where we're talking about the same thing. And they noticed that cold viewing with students for children actually raises the peer influence, right? And if you see that, like you just mentioned, they could be coming up their ads, especially they have multiple over, right? So we can talk about that, and we say, why do you think this is wrong? Why do you think this person looks? Is this how everybody looks? So, this and start a conversation, and that reduces the negative likes quite an extent. We should not be judging them. We should just be there with them. We can't say, oh my God, check this. I think we should talk them out of it rather than judge them, and be frank with them. And I think it's a time where you can bond and build the confidence among each other. But then instead of hiding, it will be shared. And when you're sharing, we are not exactly policing them. We will be talking them out of it and have more time together rather than go on the screen. Because this time is a time like the people are so strong. We can't get away from their nations by shape the we are going to do that. So we just got to be the most sound even now. So we can almost ask our children, why are you watching
any specific show, why you want to watch it, what do you like about the show, and just be honest with them, be their partner, and not keep on convincing them they're giving whatever they want. Otherwise, they will keep on hiding things rather than sharing that, you know.
That's right. And share more about it. I feel like we're being judged and brought.
I think another thing that kind of goes into that is when there is a disagreement, like there's a show they really want to watch and you know it's not good for them, explain why. Now, your kids might not agree with you, they might still disagree, but as long as they know you have a reason, you're not just being mean, you know, that taking it as not just like, I told you so, but these are the reasons why we're not going to watch this. I'm sorry you're disappointed. Let's find out something else.
I'm curious. Building that co-addiction, watching it is better rather than just placing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
The next community question is, are students come from many different cultural backgrounds? How can we help students appreciate different standards of viewing it without feeling strong pressure?
Sure. There's like one thing children tend to relate is that if certain celebrity is looking beautiful or that they have a perfect body, we need to be that way, otherwise we won't be accepted. But I think making to build the confidence in the children to be what they are. They're special. Each and every individual is special. And they should feel more comfortable in their own looks rather than following them. Certain celebrity images or whatever is being perfected over screen, that is reality. And there's certain health issues that you need to attend to. You should have certain habits and should not be very slouchy or lazy or things like that. But being fitting into a zero size is not something that you should be running after or be obsessed about. I think all these conversations need to be done as a parent with the child, that whatever you are special. You need to take care of yourself. That you don't need to run after things that are not so real, and they are being perfected by different techniques or filters or what I believe. The confidence within their personality comes by conversing, by giving them the confidence as a parent.
Yeah, I think. I think building up self-esteem is a huge thing, and talking about how people are different. You know, their culture might view things differently than maybe we do at home. That doesn't make them better or worse. That's just how, that's just their experience. And if you build up their own self-worth, then hopefully they're going to be better equipped to dealing with those comparisons and hopefully not comparing themselves to other people.
I believe admiring the celebrity like influencer is absolutely normal. Connected, provided those. You also do that always. Everyone does that. What we have to instead in our kids is it's fine to admire the beauty part, and we have to make them understand. It's fine if you some celebrate fair skin while others love brown tone. Some people like curly hair, some love straight hair. So it's just different standards of beauty that we have to make them understand that you can still be admiring an influencer or a celebrity and still feel comfortable in their own skin. But we have to instill in them that you need to be more confident, you just have to be very much comfortable. You just have to feel happy about what you are. And you can still admire all the lifestyle. So there's a thin boundary between liking and trying to fit in a circle and do something that's not exactly you are, right? And so you don't have to follow, you don't have to follow the trend just to fit in the circle. Just try to be what you actually are. But you are the best.
Yes, that's right. Being personality. Yeah. What we do in our lessons, like how we team do that, is we start the lesson, especially the self-esteem lesson. So we start with a picture of these. There's a farm of this palm trees, palm oil trees, and they all look the same. And then the next picture, there's a forest with different, it's a beautiful landscape. Oh, they're not, yeah. And they're different, yeah, there's a variety. And without them even knowing that we're going to talk about differences, they always choose the beautiful landscape. And that's what really, that's the thinking that we wanted to have, that differences makes us beautiful. Step back, there's a big picture, so it's in the end, it's about appreciating differences. Being artistic.
I think one benefit we have here at our school is because it's an international school, we do get to, our kids get exposed to other cultures, and I think that helps when they're exposed at an early age to, like, all right, some people might have different customs, different cultures on how they dress, and that can be beautiful in its own right.
We celebrate the differences that actually say the differences make the variety and make it a lot more beautiful. And we should be more focused on building up us and pleasant personality. Hence, the physical appearance or any certain norm that they do follow that is being going on. That's not. It's not supposed to be the thing that the standard of beauty is this. No, the variety, the being themselves, being different, being special. Yes, being themselves. They're all very special individuals. And I think as parents, we need to give that confidence by talking through this.
Okay, so my child follows influencers who seems perfect. How to explain filters and editing in a way that a young child can actually understand?
I think children these days are quite smart. They know filters are being used. They themselves use it to make it or deceive or make it more beautiful or interesting. But we can tell them, like, we are using it and we don't look that way. These celebrities, what they are being shown on the screens are not exactly what they look like. So the physical beauty and the filters can enhance their beauty, but the true beauty is inner beauty, and it reflects on your face. I think in your face, in your body language.
Sure.
And the true beauty comes from within the pure soul and being a kind-hearted person and being more sensitive to people around you and yourself and the community around you. And I think in our KAS, the teachers are doing a wonderful job, and they're really building that sense in the children that you are different, you are all special, and they are allowed to think out the box and feel special. And that makes their personality more versatile and more beautiful rather than these filters.
That's right. About KAS, I would like to add something. When my kids joined the school, my daughter, she joined from grade 3, and she has been taking hijab. She's been covering her head since she was 6 or 7, and that's something she does it by choice. And when she joined the school in grade 3, there were young girls and boys who asked her a few questions, and she replied to those questions really nicely. And in the first week, she was uncomfortable. She thought that she's being judged by people. And then I talked to one of the teachers. I actually asked her, "Do you want me to talk to your teacher?" She said, "No, I want to handle my problems by myself." And then I secretly emailed her teacher, and she doesn't know anything about it yet. So I emailed her that she's not confident. I don't know, what should I do? Maybe she won't be able to make friends. Trust me, within a week or maybe less than that, my problem was solved. She made the best of the friends. The teacher actually took part. The teacher at KAS here is not just to teach a particular subject. They are teaching kids humbleness, kindness, how to make friends. KAS is making personalities of our kids. And I would tag myself as the most satisfied parent. I have 4 kids in here. My 5th one is on his way to join KAS soon. So yes, you're right. KAS, we together are a community. The families here, the teachers here, all the staff, they are doing marvelous job. And I'm glad that all my kids are in safe hands.
One last thing on this question I want to add is just, you can teach your kids, if it looks too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, think about how people look in everyday life.
Agree. That is really
Yeah.
true. Too good to be true is never true.
Yeah.
Next question is, how can we talk to sons about body image? It often feels like this topic is focused more on girls. And I'm interested in this one more too, because I have sons that are getting older, and I think it's just not as focused on how do boys deal with this type of pressure.
And my little ones, I have a son too, and he's always about getting taller. He's in K3, so all these ideas start very early. Like, yeah, and he's like, oh, I could go with this tall, I'm going to be in K4. So, that affects boys equally. So yes, I believe that first of all, we need to stop telling boys that you have to be strong. Like, yes, I think that that's not the right way to deal with it, and just tell them that in biology they're growing up perfect. It's in for a play, but I lost a deer.
What, if you were good? Yeah.
You got it, Austin.
So I think after that, yes, yeah, they don't have to teach the boys that you have to be strong because you're a boy. You just have to teach that you can be emotional, you can cry, you can just express your feelings because boys can do. They care about their muscles. They need to be more. They just want to be more muscular. They want to look like Ronaldo because they don't have best. I don't know the name of that 6'7" player, the basketball girl. Boys call him Maggie. Like most of my boy, he's having a school. He is in love with the basketball players and with Ronaldo. I just tell him all the time, you can be just fine by however you look, but you like Ronaldo. You can adopt from him the way he plays. Yeah, you can be, pretty much dedicated like him. Just some good things from them. That you can be as much dedicated as he does towards his field. And you can just be fit.
That's really be fit. Yeah. And it's like more about what your bodies can do versus what your bodies look like.
Right? Absolutely, that's right. I think about
More better health habits. I think the health habits that you instill in our children, especially not it's just girls. I think boys need to be more disciplined in a way about their health habits. And if they're into sports or not into sports, if sometimes it's not necessarily that a boy needs to be up there or be in the game, but usually they do.
Yeah.
But their health habits they should be eating healthy. I'm working on these food, the no more processed food being used. But apart from the topic, the boys are conscious about their self-image.
Yes,
looks, and nowadays I believe they are more conscious than the girls.
I think it's hard for young boys right now. Media is not doing them any favors. If you don't know about this, there are these social media influencers, these men that are telling boys they need to be muscular, they need to be overly masculine, and it's almost toxic the way that they tell boys to treat women and other things. And so I think, just coming from a male perspective, if you're a dad, you need to be involved in your kids.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they're going to get that advice from someone you don't want them getting that advice. So I really think that you need to be involved, know that it's not a great media landscape right now, and know what they're watching, because
media's putting to see that for seeing we need to talk it out to our children is that yes, to sleeping. But it's not 80%, it's not reality. So we need to be wise enough to judge that what is reality, what is just screen, It's just so filtered, so structured, and being yes, very disappointing. So instead of that, they have more healthy habits. The body will follow. The more fit you are, you should have good sleep at the night. Help because the sign that they don't get good sleep at the night. And the body tends to develop and grow at 10 p.m. till 2 p.m. So if they're in bed by that time, that is where the body grows, and that is where the body is being more healthier.
Yes.
So we need to instill that. If they have healthy habits, your body will grow in a healthy manner. You will be taller, you will be stronger. But that is not it. Again, we fall back to being a good person. Being more disciplined in our lives, things good to us.
And I think also for like the men in our kids' lives, if they can show themselves being vulnerable and showing that like, oh, I have concerns, I have worries too, and they have an example, they'll be more willing to talk to us about their concerns. They need those positive role models to be, just to be able to share. Really worried about my weight. Great, let's think about things that we can do.
Yeah.
I struggle with my weight too, so how can we?
If your weight is troubling you and it's the influence in your sports activities, that's a healthy routine to go to. Weight. You should be conscious about your eating habits and your physical activities. That's something very healthy to think about. That I'm getting out the weight that I usually in. But with being, I have to be more muscular and to do 4 hours of gym or something like that. Don't push yourself. If we have to make our general face, not push on yourself. Life is too special.
I think number one should be the priority for the kids and adults. If you are mentally healthy, to feel good, it's just going to reflect on your body, on your face. It's fine if a boy is sporty, if a boy is not sporty. As she said, it's fine. For a younger one, he is not into the sports at all. He loves playing with his sisters, and so he decided that down. That's fine. If a boy doesn't like to, go outside and play, outdoor games, it's fine. If you want to play indoor, play indoor. If you want to play outdoor, play outdoor. Just be comfortable, be mentally healthy, discuss your problems with your parents or your loved ones, and always come up with a solution. Do not feel discouraged about anything.
Sorry. Again, as a parent, the more important thing that we all focus on is their personality.
Yes.
That's the heartedness. They're just being a disciplined and confident individual.
If they have all the tools to deal with any other problem there is.
They shine differently.
Yes.
That's all. Exactly. That's it.
And physical appearance it comes from the genes.
It does, yeah. It happens to be instructed and half of it is not in your control.
You can work out and lose weight. But again, some few things are the genes that you cannot control. You cannot touch somebody up high. That's what happened with genes that they are really tall. Yeah, I said people, no matter how hard they try, they are, they rise up at a certain level.
Right. There's this activity. I'm sorry if I'm putting you up. There's this activity that we did. So there was this Pokemon men at least, and they were were asked to tell me, who do you think is the heavyweight champion out of all the Joseph Paul gives, I'm there, and he was on the champion. So that tells us not about, what the there. It must make you a champion.
If you look at the world's strongest men, like the lifting and stuff, they don't look good. They got a huge ear. That's where the strength comes from,
What makes you a champion or a winner? It's still your mindset.
Yes, yeah.
There's that persistency and the dedication towards your work based on the close, right?
Yes.
So our next community question is, if my child asks on her phone or social media, and as everyone else has one, how should I respond in a way that supports both their social needs and their needs?
These times, they think that phone is a must. Phone and access to social media, oh my God, they don't have a life. So it is pretty challenging to make them understand that it's beyond social media, or beyond a phone. But a possession of phone, what I tried to do, what my daughters were growing up, actually, the phone is a necessity now because sometimes there are distinct times and uncertain times that you're not connected to your children. I think for us also, we need to be connected phone to the children, but that phone leads them to some other ways in the world. So what I talked to her about it, this piece of technology makes more wise mind. So I would definitely give it to you when I feel that your mind is ready to use it in a wise manner. I will surely give it. I will never deprive you of this technology. This is the with the need of the time. But I would really like to see you being wise enough to use it more calculatively and responsibly, rather than just giving you the phone because everybody has it.
We should first acknowledge the social pressure on that. We cannot dismiss that, right? And it's hard. Like, we can just tell that it's challenging. I know that go with friends or have phones are not allowed to use the social media. But I'm going to give you that one that it's the right time. People have defaulted the trend all the time. Your friends and their peers might have it without the values. We have a role. So I'm not saying that I'm going to give you the phone or allow you to use the social media ever. But yeah, I will say, people, what I will do as a parent, I just make it agreement with our child. Okay, I will say, if you get certain grades, I might allow you to do this thing, and if you improve at your particular activity, I might give you a phone and see if you continue to be a good person, and then I set up a time limit and then just tell it it's not. At any time I feel like the performance has been used, I take it out, I will. So I think we have to tell them that, yes, I know it is important. I know it's hard for you to feel left out if your friends have a certain particular thing and you do not. But we will set up the things. We will talk about agreements so that the kids knows at this age, okay, if you perform this, you get this. There's always a reward for something that you actually do. You can't get it just because you want it. So we can also, I'd like to say that we have to make it understand that there is a difference between liking or wanting something and is it truly a need? Do you really need a phone at this age? That's I talk to my little schooler or my kids who go to the elementary. The first question I would be asking them, do you really want it or do you need it? Because there's a difference, right? So maybe we can just encourage an open conversation with the kid and we'll make an agreement and we'll just sit and talk and then decide what we have to do.
So these are establishing healthy boundaries at the same time. We can share it about, we have two sisters or two siblings can share for a while. That would be, and if they are being responsible, we can upgrade always. Yeah. You can't deprive them in this precious times. It's important for them. What I think, what we think, we can take it away, but we can't.
Yeah.
At certain age, when they're under 10, yes, you can. But after they're entering into their teens and but when we give it to them, they need to make sure that they are using it wisely. Plus, we have to trust them also. Yes, when we trust them, they don't want to break our trust. So you have to instill that we are ready to trust you. I hope you will be more honest with our trust. So that also gives them a sense of responsibility to use it devices. But at the time or the age, or I think every parent can decide according to their agreement with their children.
I think a good way to do that when you're just starting out, and that maybe when they get their first phone is just, all right, we're going to try this. I get full access whenever I ask for it, so just to start, like this is me testing out. So if I need to read your messages, there's trust, but when you're starting out, you want to make sure it's not just them, that's the other people they're talking to.
It's like trust or verify. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
This can lead to those cyberbullying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another goal topic. Yeah. Yes, because this can lead you to there. So we just need to make them understand this can make you adopted within some time. So it's all about the communication between that child. The whole thing that we are discussing here also is the key is our communication with our children. Absolutely. At their level, whatever their level is. So, think that in teenagers where they're dying or with it, the toddlers, it's our connection that makes the confident and complete and successful individual. So,
Yeah, you're right. Thank you everyone for joining us for this conversation on media literacy and body image. As parents and educators, we have a common goal to help our children to grow with confidence, resilience, and a strong sense of self. And by encouraging open conversations, promoting diversity, and guiding children to think critically about what they see, we can support them and develop them a healthy well-being. We hope today's discussion offered practical ideas you can use at home. Small, consistent messages at school and at home can bring a meaningful difference in how children view themselves and others. Thank you everyone for being a part of this conversation. Take care, bye-bye, and have a good day.